I don't believe in fate or destiny. Something about it being, my life being predetermined, and whatever I do, I'm going to end up at that place, just feels wrong. But at various stages through my life, I've just found myself at the right place, at the right time, and one of these magical, happy moments has happened. When I look at it, it's as if someone has nudged me in that direction, sometimes pushed me, but it certainly doesn't feel like an accident. And serendipity just feels right to me. So, what is serendipity? The Oxford English Dictionary describes it as the faculty of making happy and unexpected discoveries by accident. The definition I prefer is a fortunate hapstance or pleasant surprise. I want more pleasant surprises. I want more for you too. So, who am I? What defines me is the people I know, the places that I go, the things that I do, and the technology that I get to play with. I've wanted to do a TEDx talk for a very long time, and they said, open yourself up, tell them a little bit about yourself. So, I'm one of those annoying, happy people. Even when something goes wrong, I'm looking for the silver lining. So sorry. An example is I have bad eyesight. The silver lining, I get free eye tests. One eye is short-sighted, so I'm like this, and one eye is long-sighted, so I'm like that. So I see the world slightly differently. The things that affect my happiness are the people, the place, and the technology, and I'd like to share some thoughts about each with you. You'll see how the circles overlap, so when I stutter from place to people or technology to people, bear with me. So, should we trust technology or people to engineer our serendipity? Technology, in case it's not obvious, I love it. Technology is great at connecting us. There are 7.2 billion people on this planet, and 3.4 billion are connected via the internet. Every single day, over 2 billion people connect via social media to chat to each other, to share what they're doing. Technology is amazing. But it's also amazing at distracting us. Those average social media users that there's 2 billion of, they see 54,000 words worth of text every single day. Daniel earlier spoke about the mobile phones. We're creating more and more of this noise. We're taking pictures, videos, texts, tweets, updates, swiping to the left, the right. But we're actually creating, the average person is creating 6 newspapers worth of information every day. We're making it worse for ourselves. As we walk around, online, offline, we're going to see 200 newspapers worth of information every day. And that graph's going up. How the heck are we going to find serendipity and happiness in all this noise? So the other thing is, how much time are we actually spending with the technology as opposed to people? If the technology is connecting you to the people, more power to you, keep going. But I've started to notice we're using more and more time with technology. 2 years ago, in 2013, we were spending 8.3 hours every single day with digital media. Even if you're multitasking and you're with the person, that still counts. Today, 2015, that has creeped up to 9.3 hours every single day. So even if we're talking and you're on your phone, that counts as that time. So I want you to question how you're spending your time, and when you're on technology, is it with the technology itself or the people? Because this trend is going one way. In 2017, we will be spending 10.25 hours every single day with digital media. Question how you want to spend your time. Also, the place. We're in Wandsworth. We're at TEDxWandsworth. I'm meant to be here. I love this place. But I wonder, as connected as we are online, are we actually connected to the people around us? are we as likely to bump into these people online as we are in the street? I think we're slightly on different networks. This is a beautiful piece of art, and I encourage you all to have a look afterwards. Janko Tihov has basically taken every borough in London, looked at the census information, and taken the top 3 or 4 non-British nationalities, taken their passport covers, and created this. This gives you a flavour of where everyone has come from to live in this great city. I encourage everyone to dig a little deeper and look at their own city. But this is Wandsworth, this is local. So, 2011 census, 306,995,000 people in Wandsworth Borough. With the TEDx audience today, we're above 307,000, so thank you. But now let's dig a little bit deeper into the little bit of London where I live and show you why I love the place I live in. So it's hard to see, but it's actually a map, and we're trying to show that we love Wandsworth. But these are the top 30 non-British nationalities in this borough alone. So, as I'm walking the streets, as I'm going into the park, down by the river, getting the bus around, am I going to connect with these people through my phone, or do I need to look up? Talking about technology and people, the next guy is a bit of a hero of mine. This is Professor Robin Dumbar, who studies anthropology at Oxford University, and in my opinion is the world's leading expert on people, communities. And I heard him back in 2012, when you can imagine Facebook was quite popular. Facebook did a study, and the average person had 150 friends. Robin Dunbar had done a study on how many social relationships humans could manage, and his hypothesis was 150, so surely it must be right. By 150, he means social relationships. So when I see you, I know you, but I also know how you're connected to the lady over here and the guy over there. Real relationships. So I'm sitting in that room in 2012 thinking, I've got over 400 friends on Facebook. This guy's wrong. But actually, when I take my phone out, I speak to the same 10 people every day, every week. It's interesting, just because they're not real friends, they're connections. Build the relationships, build the friendships. And one of the things Professor Dumbar, so it sounds more serious, said, men and women maintain relationships in different ways. So women will have a face-to-face conversation, but digital media can help. If they're on Skype and having a conversation, that helps maintain the relationship. I'm afraid for guys it doesn't work, but how much of a relationship can you maintain in 7 seconds? Hello, mate. Yeah, 7:30. See you at the pub. Men build relationships or maintain friendships by shared experiences. So that game of football they watched, or that game of pool they played, or when one of them fell over, that's what maintains relationships. I'm also noticing with all these different types of technology, different ages are using different tools to communicate. So my nephew will send me a message on Facebook. My mum will call me. She wants to see me, but she can't always see me, so she'll call. My brother will text me. Someone else will send me a message on another platform. It's fragmented. But actually, if you put my nephew, my mum, my cousin, my mate, and everyone else in a room, they talk. And surely if that is a shared experience, and that is a shared communication, and that is how we maintain relationships, that's also the way we should start them. Technology is not a replacement for real relationships. So, how did this all start? You might have guessed I'm a little bit of a geek. I've been listening online using technology to listen to what people have been saying about the place I live in since 2009. So, for the last 6 years, if you've mentioned Putney online, I've read it, and probably that day. So I know there is a Putney in Vermont, Canada. I know there is a Putney in New South Wales, Australia, and not just because I took a selfie in front of the sign 12 years ago. I know it's there. I also know there's a young guy called Putney in America that is actually tearing up the basketball league. Because every time he plays, it goes, whoa, Putney! I wasn't looking for those conversations. What I was looking for is people talking about my Putney in London, in Wandsworth. And I was looking for questions. So if they said, hey, I need an electrician, everything's knackered, I'd say, hey, ring John, here's his number. And I would just tweet it. This is 2009. If they said, oh, where's live music tonight? I'd say, hey, go to the Half Moon. It's every night. But the question I kept hearing, and the one that kept bothering me, was, I've just moved to Putney, and I don't know anyone. And sometimes the sad one, I've lived in Putney for 5 years. I don't know anyone. Even back then, I would have said, look up the Putney social group. They just organise meetups to make friends. Before I was ever involved. So fast forward to 2012, 3 years I've been listening. I think I've got it. I'm like, I know what people need. They need the most comprehensive business directory ever in the world, but just for my postcode. Just mine. I want it to be the best. So I hired 2 interns. I thought it would take about 12 weeks, 3 of us, full-time. We'd find all the businesses in Putney. We'd put them all in a database. We'd build this huge website, and you'd be able to find everything. It was quite a big plan. So it was a reflection of me. So we started listing all the pubs first. I was interested in property, so we listed all the estate agents. We pulled in all the property. You know, I had a developer, so I had to keep him busy. So we struggled with maps for a long time. Launched it. No, people were going to, they'd go, oh, where's the pub? They'd find it, and they'd go, what's going on in the pub? We hadn't listed the events. They'd go, oh, what's going on? They'd go to the calendar. We'd only put a couple in there. We built what I wanted. And actually, when we started listening and going out and talking to people, we wanted to be a part of the community. Last year, Putney Bridge closed. For those not around here, it was terrible for Putney. Suddenly all this traffic is just going to drive around us and go elsewhere and never stop. The town centre manager basically shared an update, the bridge was closing. I took that update, added a picture, shared it online, hadn't realised the news organisations hadn't got it yet, so it went bananas. But the nice thing was the person who sent me the email saw that Facebook update 20 minutes later, saw the engagement it was getting, saw the comments, and got instant feedback in a way she could have never got with the current channels. That got me a meeting. That post got seen by 40,000 people in 2 days. That got me a meeting. So we basically said, while the Putney Bridge is closed, let's do something to tell people we're still open for business, there's still a reason to come here. And we basically said, we came up with one good thing that we called a hidden gem about Putney every day while the bridge was closed, and promoted it for 12 weeks. We promoted 60 businesses, we video interviewed 15 business owners. We really wanted people to see the people behind the businesses and make them as passionate as I am about the place to come and visit. At the end, the bridge finished, it was open quicker than it should have been. We had a big Putney fun day. So we went down, we put up a stall, we said, if you're trying to do something in Putney and you're struggling and you don't know who to talk to, come and talk to us and we'll try to help. We just put a board up. And while we're there, there's all the kids and families running around, and one lady came up to me and said, oh, I'm starting a dance class for kids. I'm like, great, let's put it on the website. We can tell everyone all about it. One set of kids' events does not make happy parents. So it's suddenly this realization that actually I've built what I wanted, and actually the community is from 8 to 80 and everyone in between. So we got all the kids' event organisers locally together in a room they hadn't met before, and we basically got them to agree to share all their events with us. And what we created was a resource for parents to find out what was going on for their kids. But that's one example that we could then copy. And every time I tell people in other areas about what we're doing, they say, can't you do that where we live? And I actually think we could all do it. So suddenly we're focusing on the groups and the events, but actually from the fun day and from the bridge closing, we've got better relationships with the council, with the police, more local groups. I don't need to do everything. I don't need to own it. I just want to pull it all together. I want to create a local filter so you can see what's going on around you and make you feel passionate about it. So, how can you engineer your own serendipity? I think there are, well, I've got a couple of ways. One, I think apply a passion filter. Put something over your eyes so that when you look at people, you're trying to find the passion, whether that's online or in real life. Ask them some questions. What do you do for fun when you're not at work? What do you enjoy doing? Hey, if you had to do something for 40 hours a week for the rest of your life, what would you do? People want to share, but you have to kind of ask and sometimes dig it out a little bit. The other one is a local filter. Have a look around you. Walk the streets, enjoy the sights, see the people, but actually find something that you enjoy. When a friend comes to visit from overseas, don't just take them to the tourist places. Show them your local filter. Show them what a local will see as they're wandering around. That's the story they'll go back and tell. But if all else fails, use my eyes. How can we use technology to create, more connections with the people? Help us be more connected with the place. If you're with the people in the place having an awesome time and you've got that mobile phone in your pocket, it's not bad to video it, put it online and share that with people. But if you're in a room with your best friends and you're just doing something else online and ignoring them, the technology's getting in the way. I think the technology has to bring people together, then get out of the way and let the people get on with what they're doing. I think we can all make a difference if we just look slightly different. Be proud of where you're from and share it with people. Encourage people to actually talk. And the technology is going to get better and better at connecting us and helping us to engineer our serendipity. Thank you all so much for listening. I really do wish all of you more happy moments. And I think if we look at things slightly different, we can make this world a better place. Thank you very much.